Hello everyone. Welcome to Fluent English Journey. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you do not miss daily English tips that can help you improve your communication skills. Today we are going to talk about useful English sentences that you can use every day. These sentences are not only for beginners. They are also very helpful for advanced learners because they focus on real expressions that people use in daily life. The goal of this lesson is to help you communicate confidently, naturally, and politely in any situation. In this lesson, we will practice sentences that you can use in many different situations, such as social conversations, professional settings, shopping, travel, and online communication. When you practice these sentences regularly, your English will sound more fluent and polished. You will sound more natural and people will react to you more positively because you are using real and practical expressions. Let us begin with greetings. When you meet someone in the morning or at work, instead of using the very common question, "How are you?" you can make your greeting sound warmer by saying "Good morning." How has your day been so far? This small change makes your greeting friendlier and shows that you care about the other person. If you see a friend you have not met in a long time, you can say it is so nice to see you again. How have you been? This sentence expresses warmth and shows genuine interest. In everyday conversations, you can ask questions that feel more personal and natural. For example, you can say, "What have you been up to lately?" or "How has your week been?" These questions encourage the other person to share more, and they make the conversation more meaningful. When you are ordering food or drinks, it is important to speak clearly and politely. In a restaurant, instead of saying "I want grilled chicken," you can say "I would like the grilled chicken with a side of vegetables, please." You can also say, "Could I have a bowl of tomato soup as a starter followed by the steak for the main course?" At a cafe, you can say, "I would like a cappuccino with skimmed milk, please," or "Could I get a large latte with an extra shot of espresso, please?" These full sentences sound polite, confident, and easy to understand. Asking for help or clarification is another important situation. Instead of saying "I do not get this," you can say "I am not sure I understand this part. Could you explain it in more detail?" This sentence shows respect and a desire to learn. In professional emails or online messages, you can write, "Could you please provide more information about this topic?" or "I would appreciate it if you could clarify this point for me." These polite sentences help you communicate respectfully in formal situations. Small changes in how you speak can make a big difference. Adding simple polite phrases like "please," "could you," or "I would like" can change basic sentences into more fluent and professional communication. Practicing these sentences every day will help you feel more comfortable speaking English in real life. Whether you are greeting someone, ordering food, asking for help, or speaking with a colleague, these sentences will help make your communication clear and natural. With regular practice, these sentences will become automatic and your English will sound fluent without effort. When you need help, it is important to use clear and polite sentences. For example, you can say, "I would appreciate it if you could walk me through the process step by step." This shows respect for the other person and encourages them to help you patiently. When you want to ask for directions, you can say, "Excuse me, could you please tell me how to get to the train station?" or "Would you mind telling me how to reach the nearest bus stop?" These sentences are natural and polite. In professional settings, daily English sentences help you sound confident and cooperative. If you want to follow up on a previous task, you can say, "I am following up on our previous discussion to see if there are any updates." If you want to schedule a meeting, you can say, "Could we schedule a meeting to review the project progress this week?" When you need assistance from a colleague, you can say, "I would appreciate your help with this report if you have time today," or "Would it be possible for you to review this document and give feedback by the end of the day?" These sentences show professionalism and respect. When you are socializing with friends or acquaintances, using natural and friendly expressions helps create a comfortable atmosphere. Simple phrases like, "How have things been going for you?" or "It is always nice talking with you" make conversations smoother and more pleasant. By practicing these simple and natural sentences every day, your English will become more confident, clear, and polite in all situations. When you want your conversations to feel warm and engaging, it helps to use sentences that show real interest in the other person. For example, instead of giving very short replies, you can say, "That sounds really interesting. Could you tell me more about it?" You can also say, "I would love to hear more about your experience last weekend." These kinds of sentences show that you are listening carefully and that you truly care about what the other person is saying. When you share your own experiences, you can also make your sentences more engaging. Instead of simply describing something, you can say, "Something interesting happened to me yesterday, and I thought you might like to hear about it." You can also say, "I recently tried a new activity that I really enjoyed, and I would like to share it with you." These sentences make conversations more lively, friendly, and enjoyable. People naturally enjoy talking with someone who listens and responds thoughtfully. Even when you disagree with someone, using complete and polite sentences is important. Instead of saying "You are wrong," you can say, "I understand your point, but I see it differently." You can also say, "I see what you mean, however I have a different perspective." These sentences show respect and keep the conversation calm and professional. Polite disagreement is a valuable communication skill, especially for advanced English learners, because it allows you to express your ideas without hurting anyone. Whether you are asking for help, giving directions, socializing, or discussing something at work, using full, clear sentences is essential. Complete sentences help you sound fluent, natural, and polite. They make your ideas easier to understand, and they show that you respect the person you are speaking with. Practicing these sentences every day will help you speak confidently in all situations. Over time, they will become automatic, and your English will sound smooth and natural. When you want to share your opinion, complete and polite sentences make your communication much stronger. Even when you disagree with someone, you can keep the conversation positive by saying, "I see it differently. Let me explain why." You can also say, "That is an interesting perspective, but I think there is another way to look at it." These sentences show that you are thoughtful and respectful. When you agree with someone, full sentences also make your English sound more polished. You can say, "I completely agree with what you just said. That makes a lot of sense." You can also say, "You have a very good point, and I think it is worth considering further." These sentences show that you are paying attention and that you respect the other person's ideas. Using full sentences is just as important when you write messages online or send professional emails. Instead of replying with short messages like "noted" or "okay," you can write "Thank you for your message. I will review the document and get back to you tomorrow." You can also say, "I appreciate your help with this task. Please let me know if you need any more information from me." Full sentences make your communication clearer and more professional. When you are traveling, using polite, complete sentences helps you communicate smoothly. At the airport, you can say, "Excuse me, could you please tell me where the check-in counter for Flight 2110 is located?" At security, you can say, "Would you mind directing me to the security checkpoint, please?" In a hotel, you can ask, "Could I please have an extra towel sent to my room?" or "Is breakfast included with my reservation?" or "Is there an additional fee?" These sentences make it easy for people to understand you and help you. Full sentences are also very helpful when you want to show support or empathy. If a friend is upset, instead of only saying, "I am sorry," you can say, "I am really sorry to hear that you are going through a difficult time. I am here if you need someone to talk to." You can also say, "That sounds challenging. How are you managing everything?" These sentences show genuine care and make your communication more human and meaningful. Small changes in your speaking habits, such as using complete sentences and adding polite phrases, can make a very big difference. They help you sound confident, friendly, and respectful in every situation. Whether you are disagreeing politely, agreeing thoughtfully, writing professionally, traveling, or supporting a friend, Practicing full sentences will help them become natural and easy for you. Using clear and complete sentences is a simple but powerful way to improve your English. It makes every conversation smoother and more enjoyable. Over time, these habits will help you express yourself confidently and naturally in almost any situation. When someone shares good news, it is important to respond in a way that shows you are happy for them and that you support them. Instead of only saying congratulations, you can use a full sentence that expresses warmth and interest. For example, you can say, "Congratulations, I am really happy for you and you deserve this success. I am very happy for you and proud of your achievement. That is excellent news and you must feel very proud of yourself." Sentences like these show emotional intelligence and make your English sound warm, natural, and thoughtful. They help strengthen relationships because people can feel that your words are sincere and genuine. Even when giving suggestions or advice, using full and polite sentences makes your English clear and professional. For example, you can say, "If I were in your situation, I would consider taking a different approach." You can also say you might find it helpful to plan your schedule in advance to avoid stress. When you ask for advice, complete sentences make the conversation smoother. You can say, "I would like to hear your opinion on this matter. What would you suggest I do?" Another option is, "Could you please give me some guidance on how to handle this situation?" These kinds of sentences show that you are thoughtful, respectful, and confident. Shopping is another situation where complete sentences are very useful. Polite communication makes your experience easier. At a clothing store, you can say, "Could you please show me where the men's jackets are located?" You can also say, "I am looking for a pair of shoes in size 42. Do you have them available?" If you need information about prices or discounts, you can ask, "Could you tell me the price of this item, please?" or "Is this product on sale today?" When trying on clothes, you can say, "May I try this jacket on, please?" or "Could you tell me if there is a fitting room available?" Using full sentences in shopping situations makes you sound polite, confident, and respectful, which encourages good service and smooth communication. In restaurants and cafes, complete sentences also make a big difference. When ordering food, you can say, "I would like to order the grilled salmon with a side of vegetables, please." If you want a drink, you can say, "Could I have a cappuccino with an extra shot of espresso, please?" When asking for recommendations, full sentences help you get better answers and show politeness. You might say, "What dishes would you recommend for someone who enjoys seafood?" You can also say, "Could you suggest something popular on today's menu?" These sentences are polite, clear, and easy for the staff to understand, which makes your dining experience pleasant and professional. Even small changes in the way you speak, such as using "please," "could you," or "I would like," make a huge difference in how people view you. Complete sentences make you sound confident, considerate, and fluent. Whether you are celebrating someone's success, giving advice, asking for help, shopping, or ordering food, practicing full sentences helps you speak naturally and comfortably in real situations. Over time, these habits make your English sound smooth, friendly, and professional. When ordering food or drinks, complete sentences help you sound polite and confident. If you want a recommendation, you can say, "Could you suggest a dessert that is popular here?" If you need to make a change to your order, you can say, "Would it be possible to have the dressing on the side, please?" You can also say, "Could I request the steak to be cooked medium rare?" These sentences ensure that your request is understood and handled politely. When you travel, using full sentences is especially helpful because clear communication is important. At an airport, you can say, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the boarding gate for Flight 345 is located?" You can also ask, "Would it be possible to check in for my flight here?" If you need information about transportation, you can say, "Could you please tell me when the next train to Boston departs?" You can also say, "I would like to buy a ticket to Chicago. Could you assist me with the purchase?" In hotels, polite sentences help you communicate easily. You can say, "Could I have an extra blanket sent to my room, please?" Or, "Would it be possible to arrange a wake-up call for 6:30 tomorrow morning?" Full sentences make your interaction smooth and respectful. In professional settings, clear and complete sentences are essential. When joining a meeting, you can start by saying, "Thank you for including me in this discussion. I would like to share my thoughts on the project timeline." If you want to give feedback, you can say, "I have reviewed the report and I would like to provide some suggestions for improvement." When responding to colleagues or supervisors, you can say, "I would be happy to help with this task. Could you give me more details?" You can also say, "I can work on this assignment and make sure it is completed by the deadline." Professional emails also benefit from complete sentences. When following up, you can write, "I am writing to follow up on my previous message regarding the budget proposal. Could you provide an update at your earliest convenience?" When responding to feedback, you can write, "Thank you for your feedback. I will make the necessary adjustments and send the revised document shortly." Using complete sentences in professional communication shows respect, clarity, and attention to detail. Even in casual conversations with friends or colleagues, complete sentences help your English sound natural and polite. Whether you are giving information, asking questions, ordering food, or sharing ideas, full sentences make your communication smooth, confident, and easy to understand. With regular practice, these sentences become automatic, allowing you to speak and write naturally without thinking too much. In short, complete sentences are the foundation of fluent, polite, and effective English. Whether you are traveling, working, shopping, socializing, or simply interacting in everyday situations, full sentences ensure that your English is clear, respectful, and confident. Practicing these sentences will help you communicate easily and naturally in almost any situation. Every day, you can improve your English by using full sentences. This helps you develop communication skills that are natural, professional, and easy for anyone to understand in almost any situation. When you speak with friends or people you know, using complete sentences makes your English sound more friendly, polite, and confident. For example, instead of only saying a short greeting, you can say something like, "It is great to see you again," or "How have you been keeping busy lately?" These sentences show real interest and make it easier to start a warm and pleasant conversation. If you want to share something exciting, you can also use clear sentences. For example, you can say, "I recently tried a new restaurant that I think you would enjoy. Would you like to hear about it?" When you speak in this way, your English sounds more thoughtful and lively. It also makes your listener feel included and interested in what you are saying. When you ask someone about their experiences, using full sentences helps you sound polite and caring. You can say, "That sounds very interesting. Could you tell me more about it?" Or you can say, "I would love to hear more about your trip last weekend." These kinds of sentences encourage the other person to share more details. They also show that you are listening with attention and respect. When you talk about your own experiences, full sentences make your English sound smooth and expressive. You can say, "Something exciting happened to me yesterday, and I cannot wait to tell you about it." Or you can say, "I recently started a new hobby that I enjoy very much, and I think you might find it interesting too." These sentences help you express yourself clearly and make conversations more enjoyable for both you and the other person. When you want to give an opinion or discuss an idea, complete sentences help you sound confident and respectful. Instead of saying, "I think that is wrong," you can say, "I understand your perspective, but I have a different point of view, and I would like to explain why." This kind of sentence shows that you respect the other person while still expressing your own thoughts clearly. When you agree with someone, you can also use full sentences. For example, you can say, "I completely agree with your point. It makes perfect sense to me." Or you can say, "You made a very strong argument, and I think it is worth considering." These sentences help maintain a positive and respectful conversation. In emotional or personal situations, complete sentences help you express care and empathy. If someone shares a problem with you, you can say, I am truly sorry that you are going through this. How are you coping with everything? Or you can say it must be difficult to handle such challenges. Please let me know if there is any way I can support you. Speaking in full sentences like these shows that you understand their feelings and that you are willing to help. When you want to congratulate someone, full sentences make your message sound warm and sincere. You can say, congratulations. I am very happy for you and proud of your achievement. Or you can say, that is wonderful news. You must feel very proud of yourself. These sentences help you express your happiness in a meaningful and respectful way. When giving suggestions or advice, complete sentences help you communicate clearly and politely. Instead of giving a short answer, you can say, if I were in your position, I would try a different approach. Or you can say, you might find it helpful to plan your schedule carefully to manage your time better. These sentences are gentle, respectful, and useful. When you want to ask for advice, you can also use full sentences. For example, you can say, I would like to hear your opinion on this matter. What do you think I should do? Or you can say, could you please guide me on how to handle this situation in the best way? These sentences help you sound polite and professional. In everyday conversations with friends or acquaintances, using full sentences makes your English sound smooth, confident, and pleasant. Whether you are greeting someone, asking about their day, sharing a story, expressing your opinion, giving advice, or showing care, full sentences help the conversation flow naturally. By practicing complete sentences regularly, your communication becomes more fluent, clear, and enjoyable for you and the people you speak with. Using complete sentences is one of the best ways to make your English sound natural and fluent. For example, you can say, I recently watched an interesting documentary about climate change, and I would like to discuss it with you. You can also say, I tried a new recipe yesterday, and it turned out really well. Would you like me to share it with you? These full sentences help you express your ideas clearly and make your conversations sound friendly and engaging. Asking questions in complete sentences also keeps the conversation smooth and natural. You could say, could you tell me more about your weekend plans? Or you can say, I am curious to know what you think about this new book. When you ask questions in full sentences, you show that you are interested and that you want to continue the conversation in a thoughtful way. When you interact with people in public places, complete sentences become even more important. They help you sound polite, respectful, and easy to understand. For example, in a supermarket, you can say, excuse me, could you tell me where the fresh vegetables are located? You can also say, I am looking for a specific brand of cereal. Could you help me find it? These sentences make it easier for others to understand your request and help you quickly. In a pharmacy, you can also use full sentences to communicate clearly. For example, you can say, could you please tell me which medicine is suitable for a mild headache? Or you can say, I need a product for dry skin. Could you recommend one that works well? Speaking in this way helps you get the right information because your request is clear and polite. Using complete sentences in public places makes your English sound confident and professional. It also helps people understand you easily and respond correctly. This reduces confusion and helps you communicate smoothly in any situation. Practicing full sentences in all areas of your life improves your overall communication skills. Whether you are giving congratulations, asking for advice, sharing your experiences, or requesting help, complete sentences make everything clearer and more effective. They show respect, clarity, and confidence. Over time, using full sentences becomes a natural habit that helps you speak fluently in both personal and public settings. Using complete and clear sentences is also very important when communicating online. Even in messages or social media conversations, full sentences show that you are thoughtful and polite. For example, if a friend sends you a message, you can reply with something like, thank you for your message. I really appreciate the update. You can also say, I read your post and I think it is very interesting. Could you tell me more about it? These full sentences make your reply warm, friendly, and easy to understand. Using complete sentences prevents confusion and helps conversations flow more smoothly. When you write professional emails, full sentences become even more important. They help you sound respectful, organized, and professional. For example, you can write, "I would like to follow up regarding the report I sent last week." You can also say, "Could you provide your feedback when you have a moment?" Another example is, "Thank you for your assistance on this project. I look forward to your reply." These sentences show that you communicate clearly and professionally. Short or incomplete sentences can sound careless or unclear, so full sentences help you express your thoughts in a complete and helpful way. Using complete sentences is also important when speaking in meetings, group discussions, or presentations. Full sentences help you sound confident and make your ideas easy for others to understand. For example, you can say, "I would like to add a point regarding the recent changes in the project timeline." Or you can say, "I agree with your suggestion and I would like to propose an additional idea to support it." When you ask questions, you can say, "Could you please clarify what you meant by that statement?" You can also say, "Would you mind explaining how this decision will affect our workflow?" These sentences show that you are engaged, respectful, and professional. Daily practice speaking in full sentences is very helpful. When giving a short talk or presentation, you can begin with, "Today, I would like to discuss some important trends in the technology industry." You can also say, "I will begin by summarizing the key points, and then I will provide some examples." When asking your audience for feedback, you can say, "Could you share your thoughts on this idea?" You may also say, "I would like to hear if anyone has suggestions to improve this plan." These full sentences make your speech clear and easy to follow. Using complete sentences is not just about grammar. It is about expressing your ideas in a way that is clear, polite, and effective. Full sentences help people understand you easily, and they also show that you are confident, thoughtful, and respectful. Whether you are communicating with friends, writing emails, speaking in meetings, or giving presentations, practicing complete sentences every day helps you become more fluent and natural in English. In summary, using full sentences in every situation is always the best choice. They make your communication clear, polite, and professional. They help you avoid misunderstandings and make you sound confident and fluent in any situation. Complete sentences make your communication polite, professional, and easy to understand. They help you express your ideas clearly and make a positive impression on people around you. When you practice speaking in full sentences every day, your English becomes stronger and your communication becomes more effective. In everyday social situations, complete and natural sentences help you connect better with others. When you use full sentences, your English sounds friendly, genuine, and easy to follow. For example, if you want to talk about your experiences, you can say, "I had a wonderful weekend exploring the new art exhibition at the museum." You can also say, "I recently discovered a cafe that serves excellent desserts, and I think you would enjoy it as well." Sentences like these show that you are thoughtful, engaged, and comfortable expressing yourself. Inviting friends to do something with you also becomes easier with full sentences. You can say, "Would you like to join me for lunch tomorrow?" You can also say, "I am planning to watch a movie this weekend, and I would be happy if you could come along." Full sentences make your invitations warm and clear. They help your friends understand the details without confusion. When giving opinions or offering advice, complete sentences are very helpful. For example, you can say, "If I were in your position, I would try to speak with the manager directly to solve the problem." You may also say you might find it helpful to take a short break before making a final decision. These full sentences make your advice polite and easy to understand. When sharing ideas with friends, you can say, "I think this new restaurant has a very interesting menu and it might be fun to try it." You can also say, "In my opinion, traveling during the off-season is the best way to avoid crowds and enjoy the trip fully." Complete sentences allow you to express your ideas clearly so people can understand your thoughts and feelings without confusion. Complete sentences are also important in educational or learning environments. They help you communicate your questions, ideas, and opinions in a clear and respectful way. For example, you can ask, "Could you please explain this concept in more detail? I want to make sure I understand it correctly." You can also say, "I have a question regarding the assignment. Could you clarify the instructions for me?" When discussing a topic with classmates or teachers, you can say, "I agree with your point, and I would like to add some information that supports it." You may also say, "That is an interesting perspective, and I would like to share my thoughts on the topic as well." These full sentences show that you are engaged in the conversation and respectful toward others. Using complete sentences is also very important when speaking with people you do not know well. They help you sound polite, professional, and confident. Full sentences make it easier for others to understand your message and respond helpfully. With daily practice, speaking in full sentences becomes natural in social, educational, and casual situations. This helps you become a more effective communicator and makes your English sound fluent. In summary, whether you are talking to friends, inviting someone to an activity, giving advice, asking questions in class, or sharing your thoughts, using complete sentences is always the best choice. Complete sentences make your communication clear, polite, and respectful. They help you express yourself with confidence and ensure that people understand your ideas correctly. Practicing full sentences in daily social, educational, and professional situations will improve your communication skills, help you build stronger connections, and make you feel more confident using English in every part of your life. Using complete sentences also helps you make a strong and positive impression when you ask for help, meet new people, or participate in discussions. When you speak clearly and politely, others see you as respectful and approachable. For example, if you need directions, you can say, "Excuse me, could you please help me find the nearest pharmacy?" You may also say, "Would you mind telling me where the public library is located?" These sentences are polite and easy for others to understand. At social events, using full sentences helps you start conversations and show interest in others. You can say, "It is nice to meet you. May I ask how you're involved in this project?" You may also say, "I enjoyed the discussion we had earlier, and I would like to hear more about your experiences." Speaking in this way helps you build good relationships because your English sounds friendly and natural. In debates, discussions, and formal conversations, complete sentences are essential for clarity and politeness. If you disagree with someone, you can say, "I understand your point, but I respectfully disagree. Here is my perspective on the issue." You can also say, "That is a valid argument, but I would like to add some information that might change the conclusion." When you agree with someone, you can say, "I completely agree with your argument. It is well thought out and supported by evidence." You may also say, "You make a strong point, and I think it is very relevant to the discussion." Full sentences help you express agreement or disagreement in a gentle and respectful way. Using complete sentences is very important in daily communication. They help you speak clearly, politely, and with confidence. When you use full sentences, people understand you more easily and your message becomes stronger. Complete sentences also make your English sound more natural in many different situations, such as conversations, meetings, storytelling, and professional communication. Complete sentences are very helpful when you are sharing your experiences. For example, instead of speaking in short phrases, you can tell a full story with clear details. You can say something like, "Yesterday, I had an experience that I will always remember. I want to share it with you." Full sentences like these make your story easier to follow and more interesting. They help people feel more connected to what you are saying. When you describe a place you visited, a person you met, or an event that happened, complete sentences make your description smooth and meaningful. You can say I was surprised by the beautiful buildings in the town, or the people there were very friendly, and they made my visit enjoyable. These kinds of sentences help listeners stay engaged and understand your thoughts clearly. Using full sentences is also important when you give compliments or show appreciation. They make your English sound sincere and respectful. For example, you can say you did a great job on this project. It is very well organized. Or you can say thank you for helping me earlier. I really appreciate the time you spent. When you use complete sentences to express gratitude, people understand your feelings more clearly and your communication becomes warm and positive. In online meetings, using full sentences is especially helpful. They reduce confusion and prevent misunderstandings. You can say, "Could you please speak a little more slowly? I want to understand everything clearly." Or you can say, "Thank you for explaining that. I understand it better now." Speaking in full sentences makes you sound polite, calm, and professional in virtual conversations. The same is true during phone calls. Full sentences make your message clear and polite. You can say, "Hello, I am calling to ask about your services next week." Or you can say, "Good afternoon, I would like to speak with the person who handles the marketing department." When leaving a voicemail, complete sentences help the listener understand your message easily. You can say, "Hello, this is John Smith. I am calling about the upcoming meeting. Please call me back when you can. Thank you." These sentences leave a strong and professional impression. Complete sentences are also useful when you talk about your personal plans, hobbies, or daily activities. They make your speech smooth and organized. You can say, "I am planning to visit my family this weekend, and I am very excited." Or you can say, "Next month I will attend a conference, and I hope to learn many new things from it." When you talk about hobbies, full sentences help you express your interests clearly. You can say, "I enjoy painting in my FRE time because it helps me relax." Or, "I recently started learning the guitar and I am enjoying the practice every day." Using complete sentences in daily life helps you avoid misunderstandings and makes your communication clear and polite. Whether you are asking for help, giving information, sharing a story, or expressing gratitude, full sentences always support your message. Over time, this habit improves your English speaking and writing skills. It also helps you sound confident in every conversation. In summary, complete sentences are an important part of effective communication. They help you speak politely, share your ideas clearly, and connect with others more easily. By practicing full sentences every day, you will become a better communicator in social, educational, and professional situations. This simple habit will make a positive difference in all your conversations. Using complete sentences is an important part of clear and polite communication. They help you express your ideas in a way that is easy for others to understand. When you speak or write in full sentences, you sound confident, respectful, and professional. Daily practice of using complete sentences in all types of communication will make your English more fluent and natural. Over time, this habit will help you express your thoughts clearly, make a positive impression on others, and build stronger connections. Complete sentences are a key part of good communication in every situation. Complete sentences help you sound confident when you are giving compliments or thanking someone. They also make your English sound polite and warm. For example, you can say, "You did a great job today. Your work is very impressive." Or you can say, "Thank you very much for your help. I really appreciate your support." When you use full sentences like these, your meaning becomes clear and people understand your feelings. Using complete sentences is also important when you talk about your hobbies and personal interests. They make your speech clear and easy to follow. You can say, "I started learning the guitar recently, and I enjoy practicing every day." Or you can say, "I enjoy reading novels in my free time because they help me relax." These sentences make your ideas sound natural and organized. Complete sentences are very helpful in social situations. When you introduce yourself, full sentences help you make a good first impression. You can say, hello, my name is Sarah. I work in the marketing department and I am happy to be here today. Or you can say, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am excited to participate in this event. Full sentences like these help you start conversations politely and confidently. When you make small talk, complete sentences help you show interest in the other person. You can ask, how do you usually spend your weekends? Or you can ask, what activities do you enjoy in your free time? These questions help create friendly and smooth conversations. Complete sentences are also useful when you face problems or need to make a complaint. They help you communicate politely and clearly. If there is an issue with something you purchased, you can say, excuse me. I recently bought this item and it does not work as expected. Could you help me fix this problem? Or you can say, I noticed a defect in this product. Is it possible to exchange it? In a restaurant, if your order is incorrect, you can say, I am sorry, but this is not what I ordered. Could you please correct it? These sentences help the listener understand your concern without sounding rude. When giving suggestions or recommendations, complete sentences make your message clear and helpful. You can say, if you are looking for a good movie, I recommend the new drama that came out last week. Or you can say, it might help if you organize your notes before starting the project. Full sentences show that you are thoughtful and careful with your advice. Complete sentences are essential in professional communication as well. They help you sound organized and confident when speaking to colleagues, clients, or managers. They also help avoid misunderstandings in discussions and meetings. In emergency situations, complete sentences become extremely important because they help others understand the situation quickly. You can say, please call for help right now. Someone is injured and needs immediate assistance. Or you can say, there has been an accident at the intersection. Please send help as soon as possible. Full sentences allow you to express urgent information in a clear and effective way. You can also use complete sentences to express preferences or make choices naturally. For example, you can say, I prefer drinking tea in the morning because it helps me feel calm and focused. Or you can say, I enjoy going for a walk in the evening because it helps me relax after a long day. Using complete sentences in your daily routine will make your English sound clearer, more polite, and more confident. Whether you are giving advice, asking for help, sharing a personal experience, or handling a problem, full sentences support your message and help others understand you. By practicing complete sentences every day, you will strengthen your fluency and communicate effectively in any situation. In summary, complete sentences help you communicate clearly, sound natural, and create a positive impression. They make your English polite, organized, and confident. By using complete sentences consistently in social conversations, professional settings, and personal discussions, you will build strong communication skills and express yourself with ease in any situation. Complete sentences are important in every kind of communication because they help you sound clear, polite, and confident. When you use full sentences, other people can easily understand what you mean, and your English becomes more natural and respectful. Using complete sentences every day will make your communication stronger and more effective, whether you are speaking in casual situations, professional environments, or personal conversations. When you talk about your preferences, full sentences help you explain your choices in a thoughtful and confident way. You can say, I feel awake and refreshed when I drink tea in the morning. You can also say, I choose the window seat when I travel by train because I enjoy the view. When deciding between different options, you can say, I think I will take the earlier flight because it gives me more time to prepare for the meeting. You can say, I prefer the vegetarian option for dinner because it suits my diet and tastes good. These kinds of sentences make your communication clear and easy to understand. In casual conversations, complete sentences help you express curiosity in a natural and friendly way. You can say, I am curious to know how you finished the project so quickly. Please tell me about your process. You can also say, I would like to hear about your experience traveling in Europe. What did you enjoy the most? When you ask questions in full sentences, you show that you are paying attention and that you are genuinely interested in the other person. When you follow up on something another person has mentioned earlier, complete sentences make your response polite and engaging. You can say earlier you talked about a new method for your project. I would like to know more about how it works. You can also say last week you told me about a book you enjoyed. I finished reading it and would like to discuss it with you. Full sentences make your communication smooth and respectful. Using complete sentences is also important in learning environments such as classes, workshops, or training sessions. When you ask questions, full sentences make your meaning clear. You can say, "Could you please give more examples to help me understand the concept?" You can say, "I have a question about the exercise we finished. Could you explain it in more detail?" When sharing ideas, you can say, "I would like to explain my point of view on this topic. I believe that using this method can improve our results." Complete sentences help others understand your ideas and show that you are thoughtful and prepared. When making polite requests, full sentences help you sound respectful and professional. At work, you can say, "Could you please send me the latest version of the report when you have time?" You can also say, "I would appreciate it if you could review my proposal and share your feedback today." In a public place, you can say, "Would you please tell me where the nearest restroom is?" You can also say, "Would you mind holding the door for me?" These full sentences show politeness and make your communication more pleasant. Complete sentences are also very helpful when expressing emotions. They allow you to speak clearly and sincerely. You can say, "I was very surprised by the news and I needed time to understand it." You can also say, "I felt very happy when I received the award. It was a moment I will always remember." When showing empathy, full sentences help you express care and understanding. You can say, "I understand that this situation is difficult for you. Please let me know if I can support you." You can also say, "It must have been hard to deal with that problem. I am here if you need help." These sentences show compassion and respect. Using complete sentences in your daily conversations makes your English sound fluent and confident. Whether you are asking questions, sharing experiences, making suggestions, or showing emotions, full sentences make your meaning clear and respectful. They also help prevent misunderstandings and make your communication more friendly and professional. In summary, complete sentences are important for communicating effectively in all situations. They help you sound natural, polite, and confident. By using full sentences consistently in conversations, learning environments, workplaces, and personal interactions, you can express your thoughts clearly and make a positive impression on others. Practicing complete sentences every day will improve your fluency and help you communicate with confidence in any situation. Complete sentences are a powerful way to communicate with clarity, confidence, and respect. They help you express your ideas in a way that others can easily understand and respond to. When you speak or write using full sentences, you show that you are organized, thoughtful, and genuinely interested in meaningful communication. Using complete sentences in professional communication helps you sound polite, clear, and confident. When you want to confirm a meeting, you can say, "I am writing to confirm our meeting next Monday morning. Please let me know if this time is convenient for you." When you want to discuss work matters, you can say, "Thank you for your report. I have reviewed it, and I would like to talk about a few points during our next meeting." These full sentences show attention to detail, communication skills, and respect for the other person. When you need information, you can also use complete sentences. For example, you can say, "Could you please share the latest statistics for our sales performance?" Or you can say, "I would appreciate it if you could send me the updated schedule for the upcoming project." Full sentences help you make clear, polite, and effective requests. Introductions also become more natural and professional when you use full sentences. You can say, "Hello, my name is David. I work in the finance department, and I am pleased to meet you." When introducing someone else, you can say, "I would like to introduce my colleague, Maria. She is an expert in marketing, and she will be assisting with the project." These sentences help you create a positive and confident impression. Expressing gratitude sounds more sincere when you use complete thoughts. For example, you can say, "Thank you very much for your help. I truly appreciate the time and effort you gave me." Or you can say, "I am grateful for your guidance and support. It has been very helpful." Full sentences make your appreciation feel warm, respectful, and meaningful. In social situations, complete sentences allow you to connect with others more smoothly and naturally. When you want to ask questions, you can say, "Could you tell me more about your work? I am interested in learning about it." Or you can say, "I would like to hear about your recent travel experiences. What places did you visit?" Full sentences show that you are polite, engaged, and curious about the other person. When making suggestions, you can also use full sentences. You can say, "Would you like to go for a walk after lunch? It might be enjoyable for everyone." Or you can say, "I suggest we visit the new art gallery this weekend. It could be an interesting experience." These sentences help others understand your ideas clearly. Complete sentences are also important when discussing plans both socially and professionally. You can say, "I am planning to attend a conference next month. Would you like to join me?" Or you can say, "Could we schedule a meeting next Tuesday to review the project details?" When you want to confirm arrangements, you can say, "I would like to confirm our meeting tomorrow afternoon. Please let me know if the time is convenient for you." Full sentences help avoid misunderstandings and help everyone stay on the same page. They show that you are attentive, considerate, and respectful in meetings, discussions, and daily conversations. Complete sentences make your communication sound natural, organized, and thoughtful. They help you express your opinion, share your experiences, and respond clearly to others. In summary, using complete sentences helps you communicate with clarity, politeness, and confidence. They make your English sound professional, sincere, and effective. Full sentences strengthen your connections with others, support better understanding, and allow you to express yourself in a clear and respectful way. When you use full sentences in daily communication, you create a positive impression and build meaningful interactions with people around you. Maintaining professionalism and politeness is easier when you use complete sentences because they help you express your thoughts clearly and respectfully. When you want to clarify a misunderstanding, you can say, "I believe there has been a misunderstanding. Let me explain my perspective so we can resolve this issue." Or you can say, "I understand your concerns and I would like to work together to find a solution that works for both of us." When apologizing, you can say, "I apologize for the confusion caused. I will take steps to ensure it does not happen again." Or you can say, "I am sorry for any inconvenience this has caused. Please allow me to correct the situation." Using full sentences in these moments shows respect, responsibility, and a willingness to cooperate. Complete sentences also help you communicate more effectively when you want to share ideas or give instructions. For example, you can say, "I would like to suggest a different approach to complete the task more efficiently." Or you can say, "It might be helpful to review the plan step by step to ensure everyone understands their responsibilities." When you speak this way in meetings or group discussions, your English sounds confident, clear, and professional. Complete sentences help others understand your perspective and respond appropriately. In social, professional, and everyday situations, complete sentences are the key to clear, respectful, and effective communication. They help you ask questions politely, make suggestions naturally, confirm plans, handle misunderstandings, and apologize with confidence. By using fully formed sentences, you make your communication organized, confident, and polite. You also build stronger relationships and create positive interactions in both personal and professional contexts. When you participate in negotiations or discussions, complete sentences help you express your ideas clearly and professionally. You can say, "I appreciate your proposal. However, I would like to suggest an alternative approach that might be more effective." Or you can say, "Thank you for sharing your perspective. I have some additional ideas that I believe could improve the outcome." When you respond to counterarguments, complete sentences help you clarify your position politely and confidently. You can say, "I understand your point, and I would like to clarify my position with some supporting evidence." Or you can say, "That is an interesting perspective. I would like to add another consideration to help make a balanced decision." In many workplaces, complete sentences are essential when you discuss projects or tasks. They help you give clear instructions and updates. You can say, I have completed the first draft of the report, and I would like to receive your feedback before making final revisions. Or you can say, could you please review the budget proposal and let me know if any adjustments are needed. When assigning tasks, you can say, I would like you to focus on the data analysis section of the project. Please ensure all results are accurately documented. Or you can say, could you coordinate with the marketing team to gather the necessary information for the presentation? Using complete sentences ensures that your instructions are understood and easy to follow. When sharing opinions on important topics, fully complete sentences make your English sound strong, persuasive, and articulate. For example, you can say, in my opinion, investing in renewable energy is essential for long-term environmental sustainability. Or you can say, I strongly believe that education should be accessible to everyone because it empowers individuals and strengthens society. When providing evidence, you can say, research has shown that countries that invest in education experience higher economic growth and improved social outcomes. Using full sentences helps your ideas sound clear, organized, and thoughtful. Complete sentences also create a positive impression in social situations, especially when giving compliments. You can say, I really enjoyed your presentation today. Your explanations were clear and very informative. Or you can say, you did an excellent job organizing the event. Everything ran smoothly and efficiently. When complimenting appearance or achievements, you can say, your new hairstyle looks fantastic. It suits you very well. Or you can say, congratulations on your promotion. It is well deserved because of your hard work and dedication. Full sentences make compliments sincere, respectful, and memorable. When expressing disagreement, complete sentences help you stay polite and clear. You can say, I understand your perspective, but I see it differently. Let me explain why I think another approach may work better. Or you can say, you make a valid point, but I would like to provide additional information that could influence our decision. When offering alternative solutions, you can say, perhaps we could consider a compromise that addresses both concerns. Full sentences help you disagree respectfully and keep the conversation professional. Complete sentences are a foundation for clear, respectful, and effective communication. They help you express ideas, apologize, give feedback, ask questions, and participate in conversations with confidence. By using full sentences consistently, you strengthen your communication skills, build trust, and create positive interactions in every part of your life. Using complete sentences helps you communicate effectively and respectfully. They keep conversations calm, focused, and solution-oriented. For example, you can say, one possible option is to adjust the schedule to meet everyone's needs. Complete sentences help conversations stay respectful, productive, and focused on finding solutions. When you attend interviews or professional assessments, complete sentences make your communication polished, confident, and impressive. You can say, I have extensive experience in project management, and I have led many teams to complete complex projects on time. You can also say, I am highly motivated and eager to contribute to the success of your company. When you answer behavioral questions, you can say, in a previous role, I faced a tight deadline and completed the project by prioritizing tasks and coordinating with my team efficiently. Or you can say, I handled a difficult client by listening carefully to their concerns and offering solutions that met their expectations. Fully complete sentences show professionalism, confidence, and clarity. Complete sentences also help you express your hobbies and interests in a clear and engaging way. You can say, I enjoy reading historical novels because they give me insights into different cultures and time periods. Or you can say, I have recently started practicing photography. It allows me to express my creativity and capture meaningful moments. When sharing experiences with friends, you can say, last weekend I went hiking in the mountains. The scenery was beautiful and I felt refreshed afterward. Or you can say, I attended a cooking workshop last month and learned several new recipes that I have been practicing at home. Using full sentences makes your stories interesting and easy to follow. In public places, complete sentences help you communicate politely and clearly. In a store, you can say, "Excuse me, could you tell me if this product is available in a larger size?" Or you can say, "I am looking for a gift for a friend. Could you recommend something suitable?" In a restaurant, you can say, "Could I please have the menu for the day?" Or you can say, "Would it be possible to make a reservation for 2 people this evening?" Complete sentences help you sound polite, professional, and easy to understand. When you join online discussions or debates, full sentences make your contributions clear, respectful, and credible. You can say, "I agree with your point about environmental policies, but I think it is also important to consider the economic impact." Or you can say, "You mentioned a valid concern, and I would like to add some additional ideas that may help us reach a balanced conclusion." When you want to share another point of view, you can say, "I would like to add another perspective that might help us see the situation more clearly." This shows that you are thoughtful and respectful. When someone comments, you can respond in full sentences to show you value their ideas. You can say, "Thank you for sharing your thoughts. I found your insights helpful, and I would like to discuss this further." Complete sentences make your communication more professional and respectful. When writing messages or emails to friends, complete sentences make your writing friendly, polite, and easy to read. You can say, "I hope you are doing well. I wanted to tell you about a new restaurant I visited recently. I think you would enjoy it." Or you can say, "I was thinking that we could meet for coffee next weekend. Would Saturday afternoon work for you?" You can also share updates by saying, "I recently started a new hobby, and it has been very enjoyable. I would love to tell you more about it when we meet." Full sentences help your messages feel warm, clear, and respectful. Complete sentences are especially helpful when giving presentations or public talks because they make your speech smooth, confident, and easy to understand. You can say, "Today, I will present the findings of our research and explain the most important trends we discovered." You can also say, "I will begin by describing the methodology, then I will share the results, and finally, I will give recommendations to involve the audience." You can say, "Please feel free to ask questions at any point during the presentation. I am happy to explain anything further." You can also say, "I look forward to hearing your thoughts after the presentation so we can improve our future work." Full sentences help you sound professional and help others understand your message clearly. Complete sentences are also useful in everyday situations, especially when dealing with service providers. If you want to book a haircut, you can say, "Hello, I would like to schedule a haircut appointment for tomorrow afternoon. Do you have any available time?" If you want to subscribe to a service, you can say, "I am interested in subscribing to your service. Could you please provide more information about the different plans and pricing?" Full sentences make communication smooth, polite, and efficient, which helps avoid misunderstandings. Using complete sentences in all areas of life, interviews, discussions, presentations, daily conversations, and professional settings helps you communicate clearly, respectfully, and confidently. They make your English sound natural, organized, and easy to understand, and they help you build stronger, better connections with everyone around you. In all types of communication, whether you are discussing ideas, sending emails, giving presentations, or making requests, complete sentences help you express yourself clearly and politely. Complete sentences make your messages organized and professional, and they show respect for the people you are speaking to or writing to. When you use complete sentences, you share your thoughts in a way that is easy for others to follow, understand, and respond to. Clear and polite communication creates a positive impression, builds trust, and helps you connect better with others. Whether you are talking to friends, colleagues, or service providers, complete sentences are a simple and powerful way to make sure your ideas are understood and your intentions are clear. When you need help in a store, complete sentences make your request clear and polite. You can say, "Could you please help me find the section with winter coats?" Or you can say, "I am looking for a specific brand of coffee. Could you tell me if it is available?" Full sentences help the person understand exactly what you need, making the interaction smooth and helpful. Complete sentences are also very important when giving instructions or teaching because they help learners follow directions easily and understand ideas better. You can say, "First, mix all the dry ingredients in a large bowl before adding the wet ingredients." Or you can say make sure to follow each step carefully to get the best results. When explaining a complicated idea, you can say this method works because it allows the chemical reaction to form slowly and create the desired result. Or you can say, pay attention to the small details because they can affect the final outcome. Clearly formed sentences make explanations easy to understand and professional. When you travel abroad, complete sentences help you communicate effectively and avoid misunderstandings. At the airport, you can say, excuse me, could you please tell me where I can collect my boarding pass? Or you can say, I have a connecting flight, could you confirm which gate I should go to? At customs, you can say, hello, I am traveling for business. Here are my passport and documents. Please let me know if you need any additional information. When you are in a new city, complete sentences make your questions polite and easy to understand. You can say, could you please tell me how to get to the central train station? Or you can say, I am looking for the nearest pharmacy, could you help me find it? Complete sentences make your request clear, courteous, and easy for others to answer. When booking a hotel or arranging accommodation, complete sentences make your English sound polite and professional. You can say, hello, I would like to book a double room for 3 nights starting next Monday. Could you confirm the availability and the total price? Or you can say, I am interested in staying at your hotel for 4 nights. Could you tell me if breakfast is included? Clear and polite sentences prevent confusion and help the staff understand exactly what you need. Using full sentences in all types of communication, whether you are asking for help, giving instructions, or arranging travel, makes your English easier to understand and more respectful. Complete sentences help you explain what you need, follow directions correctly, and avoid misunderstandings. They also show that you are polite, organized, and professional. When you speak or write in complete sentences, people can respond accurately and quickly, and the communication becomes smooth, friendly, and effective. Complete sentences help you manage daily tasks, travel situations, and professional interactions with confidence and clarity. For example, when you need something special in a hotel, complete sentences help your request be understood and respected. You can say, I am interested in a room with a city view. Could you please tell me if it is available? Or you can say, would it be possible to arrange an early check-in? You can also say, I would appreciate it if you could provide an extra pillow in the room. Please, using complete sentences makes every part of communication clearer, easier, and more successful. Complete sentences make communication clear, polite, and effective in every situation. Whether you are discussing ideas, sending emails, giving presentations, or making requests, full sentences help you express yourself in a way that others can easily understand. They make your messages organized and professional, and they show respect for the people you are communicating with. By using complete sentences, you make it easier for others to follow your ideas, understand your needs, and respond appropriately. Using full sentences also creates a positive impression. It helps build trust and strengthens your connection with others, whether you are speaking to friends, colleagues, service providers, or strangers. For example, when you need assistance in a store, complete sentences make your request clear and polite. You might say, could you please help me find the section with winter coats? Or, I am looking for a specific brand of coffee. Could you tell me if it is available? These sentences help the person assisting you understand exactly what you need. Complete sentences are especially important when giving instructions or teaching. They make directions easy to follow and concepts easier to understand. For example, first, mix all the dry ingredients in a large bowl before adding the wet ingredients, or make sure to follow each step carefully to get the best results. When explaining complex ideas, complete sentences provide clarity, such as this method works because it allows the chemical reaction to happen slowly, producing the desired outcome, or pay attention to the details because they can affect the final result. When traveling abroad, using complete sentences helps you communicate effectively and avoid misunderstandings. At the airport, you might say, excuse me, could you please tell me where I can collect my boarding pass? Or, I have a connecting flight. Could you confirm which gate I should go to? At customs, complete sentences keep the process smooth and respectful. Hello, I am traveling for business. Here is my passport and documents. Please let me know if you need any additional information. When asking for directions, full sentences make your questions polite and easy to answer, such as, could you please tell me how to get to the central train station? Or, I am looking for the nearest pharmacy. Could you help me find it? Complete sentences are also essential when booking a hotel or making special requests. They help hotel staff understand exactly what you need. You might say, hello, I would like to book a double room for 3 nights starting next Monday. Could you confirm the availability and the total price? Or, I am interested in a room with a city view. Could you please let me know if it is available? For additional needs, you could say, would it be possible to arrange an early check-in? Or, I would appreciate it if you could provide an extra pillow in the room, please. In public transportation, full sentences help you ask for information clearly and politely. For example, excuse me, could you tell me when the next bus to downtown will arrive? Or, I would like to purchase a ticket to the city center. Could you please assist me? If there are delays, you can ask, could you please inform me if there are any changes to the schedule? Or, I missed my train. Could you tell me the next available service to my destination? These sentences ensure that people understand your situation and can help you effectively. In professional networking or business environments, complete sentences help you make a confident and respectful impression. You could say, hello, my name is Emily. I work in software development and specialize in mobile applications. It is a pleasure to meet you, or I have read about your company's recent projects, and I am very interested in learning more about your work. When seeking guidance, you might ask, could you share some insights about your career path? Or, I would love to hear your advice on how to succeed in this industry. Even in everyday conversations, complete sentences help you communicate with clarity and politeness. When ordering food, you might say, I would like to order a vegetarian pasta, please, or could you let me know how long it will take to prepare? You can also ask for suggestions. Could you please recommend a dessert from today's menu? Full sentences make communication smoother and more effective in all areas of life. Whether you are traveling, working, requesting help, or meeting new people, complete sentences help you express yourself clearly, respectfully, and confidently. They show that you are organized, thoughtful, and professional. By using full sentences, you can avoid misunderstandings, receive accurate assistance, and make a positive impression in every interaction.